Hello and welcome to part 2 of the Hardtail Bobber build. This one is electrical and mechanical. Electrical wise, we really don't have very much. Just a headlight, a tail light and a stop light. So all I'm really going to be doing is working out where the wires are going to run. Probably in the backbone, so more or less just drill some holes. Mechanical wise though, it's an 883. So we're going to do a 1200 big bore kit and stage 2 cams. So I'm going to go ahead, pull this motor out, and let's get it built. Okay, so it looks like we got pretty lucky on this one. When I bought it, the guy said The previous owner to him had rebuilt the motor and been through it. Now that's kind of what everyone says, so I didn't really believe it. But looking at it, it does actually look like someone has been in this thing. Everything's good. Everything's good and tight. There's no play anywhere. I can see sealer down the main case. There's new gaskets everywhere. So yeah, I think we got pretty lucky. Quick run through on what we have. Obviously painted the rocker boxes, the covers. I have a dress up kit, new gaskets, extended clutch cable, chain tensioner, new head bolts. We have the 1200 S&S Hooligan cap. Obviously new pistons, new rings, new gaskets, new cams. I was told these are the biggest cams I can put in with the stock 883 valve springs. And obviously we painted the main cases with the wrinkle black. I used this PJ1 fast black. Also did the heads, which match the cylinders. This is the wrinkle black straight from S&S. This is the PJ1, which match pretty damn well. I know it's hard to see on camera, but trust me, they match pretty well. A little tip with this stuff, if you're going to use it, make sure you keep your part nice and warm. You want to heat it up before you put any paint on it to about 80 or 90 degrees, and then try to keep it at that temperature until it cures, which can be quite difficult in the winter. So I'm going to go ahead and start bolting this thing together. one dowel pin. Doesn't make any sense to me. There we go. Right, just wanted to go through the electrics with you guys real quick. I'm using this little ignition box. This is your ignition module and your cam pickup all in one. It has 5 wires. So 1 is keyed power, 2 go to the coil because it's single fire, so 1 fires the front cylinder, 1 fires the back. 1 goes to your tack, which I don't have one, so we're not using that. And 1 goes to the vacuum operated switch, which is that little sensor that sits behind the carb. Some say you need it, some say you don't. I've never had a problem eliminating them, so I'm going to eliminate it. Then we have 2 wires coming out of the stator. Now question, does anyone know why we refer to it as a stator and not an alternator in the motorcycle world? If you do, put it down in the comments. So we have 2 wires coming out of the stator. It creates alternating current, hence alternator. That goes to your regulator rectifier. Now the rectifier will change it from alternating current to direct current, or DC. And then also regulate it to about 13 volt. We'll have 1 wire coming out the regulator rectifier, and that goes to the positive on the battery. And that is all you need to make this thing run and charge. As for the lights, it'll just be a keyed live going to the headlight, spliced in another one to go to the tail light, and then at some point you pull off of that live and go through a momentary switch, which creates your brake light, and that's literally the entire harness for this thing. So like I said, I'll go over it again when we finish wiring it, but for now that's it, and I'm just going to put this in and we're going to get this thing done. Alright, so I'm just going to quickly check the ring gap. They're supposed to be pre-gapped, but always good to check. All you do is literally just put them in the bore, like so. Use a piston to square them, get them about halfway down the bore. And then use a feeler gauge to check that gap. And you just do that for all of them. Okay, well, my camera battery died and I didn't notice, but I don't think you guys missed that much. Besides, I've got to do it all again on the front cylinder anyway. But right, so I'm about to torque the head bolts. The sequence is 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's 10 foot-pounds, 18 foot-pounds, then 90 degrees. Then loosen everything and do it again.